Okay, so here are the measurements of five fifth graders. The first person measured exactly 5 feet. The second person measured 4 feet, 8 inches. The second person's height was, third person's height was 5 feet and 1 inch. The fourth person's height was 4 feet, 10 inches. And the fifth person's height was right at 5 feet. And so I would like to know, what is the average height for this group of five fifth graders? So again, I know that the average is equal to the total divided by the number of items or groups here. So the first thing I have to do is calculate what's the total amount of feet and inches that everyone measures. So let's go ahead and take a moment and write these values down, and let's calculate how many feet and how many inches total these measurements equal to. So when you do that, when you add up your inches, first you should find that this gives you 19 inches. When you add up your feet, 5, 10, 15, plus 4 is 19, plus 4 is 23 feet. Okay, so 23 feet, 19 inches. Well, you can go ahead and keep your inches at 19. Obviously, we know that's really, it's really 1 foot 7 inches, but we'll just leave it as that for right now. And let's start with the feet. So 23 feet divided by 5. Okay, because again, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 groups, or 5 people. So when you take 23 and you divide it by 5, you get 4 with 3 left over, right? So that's going to give me 4 feet, and then I'm going to have 3 feet left over that I still need to divide by 5, but I'm going to go ahead and take those 3 feet, convert them into inches, and then combine them with the 19 inches over here and divide. So 4 feet with 3 left over. Let's express those 3 feet in inches. That's going to be 36 inches. And I still have to divide that 36 inches by 5. But I'm going to go ahead and merge it with the 19 inches. And so 36 plus 19 is 55 inches. I'm going to divide 55 inches by 5. And that's going to give me 11 inches. And I'm done. So when I bring my compound units together here for my final answer is 4 feet and 11 inches is the average height of these 5 children. Let's go back and use our rule of thumb to check the reasonableness of our answer. So my answer, 4 feet 11 inches, cannot be less than the lowest value in my data. The lowest value is 4 feet 8 inches. This is clearly not less than that. It can also not be greater than the greatest value, which is 5 foot 1 inch, 5 feet 1 inch. It's definitely not. So that is a reasonable answer. And that's an example of calculating the average in compound units. So what you're going to be doing here is just more practice. There's not a whole lot of practice. In fact, there's only 2 problems in the workbook. This is on page 51. There are 2 word problems. And I'd like for you to work out the problem using the white space. There's a lot of white space on the page. And then make sure you write a sentence with your answer for each of these questions on page 51. It's just page 51. So the first question is asking you to find the average weight of 4 bags of flour. So again, you're going to be doing a similar thing here where you're adding up if you need to. Now this already gives you a total weight. And you're going to divide that by 4 to get the average. And then in number 2, you are given the average, but you're asked to find the total. So remember, when you're finding the total, you're taking the average and you're multiplying that times the number of groups, and that will give you the total. So use the same system with the branches, and the merging of the branches together to express your answer in compound units, and make sure that you write a sentence for each of those questions. A bar model is not necessary. You're welcome to draw one, but these are pretty simple, straightforward problems. The skill you're working on practicing here is multiplying and dividing in compound units. So it's just like what you did yesterday, just a little bit more practice. So complete exercise 29 on pages 51. Make sure you have a sentence with your answer and show your work so that I can follow along if necessary. And we'll check it tomorrow, and we'll go over the next lesson, which is working with some word problems using these skills of finding averages and totals.